Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and we are here on the third Saturday of the month with Mad About Mini Paper Pads. I hop here on YouTube and Instagram, and you can check out all the players in the playlist down below. Today I'm using this 6.5 by 6.5 pad by Kaisercraft and Eddie Seabreeze, and I'm going to use some of this distressed oxide, which is the peacock feathers and cracked pistachio, and I'm using a stencil on this layout as well. I have chosen 4 of the papers from this pad. As per the guidelines, we are to use the mini pad. We're allowed 1 base page for the 12 by 12 and components from the mini pad to add to our layout. So we're starting to use up our mini pad stash. I don't know about you, but I have loads of them. So this is a great hop to get me pulling out that stash and using it. I'm using this distress oxide here at first through the stencil with the blending brush. I'm actually loving these blending brushes. I think I need to get some more. I love how they bring the oxide onto the paper so nicely. And I'm just inking up this, it looks like a grungy pathway into the black, and I love the colour as it comes out on the black. It looks really bright and vibrant, and that's the best thing about oxides. They really do have a strong pigment in them. So I'm doing it right across here to about halfway. Some of it's going to get covered up obviously through my papers, but that's okay. I just want the rest to be there so that I can blend it in accordingly and make it look natural across that big open expanse. So what I'm going to do next is I'm then going to take this cracked pistachio and I'm going to put it over the top, and that's going to give like a mirroring image in the lighter shade, and I love the effect that it does on this layout. As you can see here, the blending is beautiful and the colors just match nicely, but they pick up the colors from the papers, which is more important. And the one and only thing that's most important when you come to your colors on your layout is that they reflect the colors from your photos so that your photo pops. So here we go. I have done that onto this layout, and what I'm doing now is I'm still using this cracked pistachio, and I'm actually just going around the edges to ink up the edges to give a finalization to the paper. If you've been watching my videos, which I hope you have been, and if you haven't, there's plenty of them for you to look at. I like to edge my work. I don't like to leave the borders plain. I like to just finish them off one way or another, and today I've just done that distressing in there. So using up these 4 sheets from paper, I'm not going to cut them. I'm going to use them whole, and I'm going to lay them onto the layout. And so that's why it's really important that I use each of these carefully across the layout. I use double-sided tape always, and I do edge to edge. I like my double-sided tape. You can use whatever adhesive you like, whether you've got glue, whether you've got ATG, or you have tape like I do. I just like the tape. It's convenient for me, and I'm just using it here to line each of the edges of the squares. Now that I've done that, I'm able to layer this up onto my layout, and I've chosen the ones that I want as my side panel, which I'm going to lay to the left, and they will go exactly corner to corner and fill in half of the layout, which is what I wanted to achieve. And I really do like the pattern on this one. This is very pretty, and the colors are just perfect for my photo. And teals, I don't know, I've got a bit of a thing for teals lately. A lot of my layouts have had teal in them. It's a little bit weird, but that's just the way it is. I don't know about you. Do you sometimes just get into a color spin and just choose papers in that color field? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be very interested to see if you change it up all the time, or you have a preference. It seems at the moment that teal seems to be ranking pretty high with what I've been doing. So here I'm now going to put down as diamonds down the center, using the center line to guide the placement. And my next one is going to overlap that diamond from the bottom so that they go across the middle line. And that is all I'm doing with my small pieces of paper, or my 6x6s. And then I'm going to put in my photo here. Now, at first I have lined it up to be exactly in the center of the page, but when I finalize it, I actually pull it down under the center line so that it stands out. I've chosen these two little brackets here. I first went the darker color, but then I changed my mind and went back to the wood grain to tie in nicely with this layout. I flicked through the sayings and there wasn't really one that captured my mind there, so I've left those. But I've got a scallop border and I have got a curled edged framing, and I'm going to use that to layer up underneath my photo, so I don't need to mount it, but it does break it from the surface. That's also another tip to bring attention to your photo, is to not just have it sit flat against your surface. And I like how that's laid up nicely. It gives me an anchor point for my clusters, which I'm going to start building. And I'm going through, as I said, I've been using teal a lot. I've got lots of little teal ephemera lying around and flowers that I've trimmed out for other layouts and just stashed. And I'm just going to pull a few of these all together just to build up some clusters. And I have that little quote there from a branding strip that says, "These are the best days of our lives." This photo here was taken early this year in May. We went to Glow, which is at Sydney Zoo. It's an event that ties in with Vivid, and it's a light festival at the zoo. And this is my mum and my 3 daughters, my son-in-law and my husband against the Glow sign, which they have out in the fun area. Because we got there nice and early, we're able to get a photo without other people in the background, which was a bonus, and that's the photo that I've put here. I, of course, was the photographer, so I'm not in that photo, but that's okay because it's my family and that's fine. My boys, of course, weren't there. They were at home. They'd had a hard day work. They don't tend to go out much during the week because of the physicality of their work. So I have now got 2 clusters formed, and I'm just putting a third one up here along the title, and that's going to tie it in nicely to the rest of the layout and draw your eye around. I am going to pop some of these little flowers in, which I have as well in the teals, and that's going to make each cluster similar, which is really important when you're building your clusters, to have similar elements throughout them. They also have those Vicky Bouton flowers in there as well, so that makes the similarity and the clusters work. To finish those clusters off, I'm going to, as always, grab in some Nuvo drops, but you'll see that at the end. Here, that edging was still annoying me as not being totally finished, so I'm just adding in some faux stitching in the teal gel pen there. With the black, I'm going back and I'm outlining this title to make it stand out from that background, and just by going around it with a fine line black pen, that makes it pop just enough. Now, for this interior diamonds of the papers, I'm actually adding some faux stitching. That too allows it to lift up off that background, lift up off the other papers, and draw your eye around the page. Putting in the date, which is 2024, and I'm adding in those Nuvo drops, as I said. And these are crystal ones. They've got glitter in them, and they're also in a teal colour. So there you have this layout, quick and simple, very effective. Used 4 more sheets out of my 6x6 pads. Very happy about that. They're now on a layout going into my album. Hopefully I've done enough here for you to give me a thumbs up. If I have, please do so. It lets YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. This is it up close and personal. There's that inking. Don't forget to check out the full playlist below where everybody's playing along. Leave them some love. We really do appreciate you visiting us and supporting us. Hopefully you'll have a go and create something yourself. Thanks for watching. Happy scrapping next time, and here's your next video.